Spider-Man Brand New Day is Masonic predictive programming. Let me explain how. So you know how companies will place their brands in movies to, market and get you to eventually buy into the product? The film starts off with Spider-Man looking at his friends in college on IG Live. And they made sure to show you the logo. Because remember, they don't really know him per the last Spider-Man movie. Now, we all know the connection between Instagram, Facebook, and DARPA. And if you don't know, that's a rabbit hole I'll dive into another day. Now, spoiler alert, the movie is based on mind control. Yes, mind control, like MK Ultra. If you know anything about comic book lore, you know about Jean Grey and how powerful of a telepath that she is. In the new Spider-Man movie, she can only control people's minds who are within a certain amount of feet of her. Guess how much feet they have to be within of her? You guessed it, 33 feet.
You have a limit to your jump radius, don't you? 33 feet. I don't see anybody up here for you to hop into.
You're telling me, out of all the numbers in this world that Jean Grey can control somebody's mind from, it has to be within a distance of 33 feet? But it gets even better. Now, Peter was trying to figure out a way to get control of his powers because they were out of control in this movie. And he realizes that Bruce Banner, the Hulk, has an inhibitor on him that allows him to suppress the Hulk from coming out. To do that, he needs an inhibitor that connects with your RNA so it can suppress your powers. He's going to use this same one on Jean Grey. But to successfully use the inhibitor to connect to your RNA, he has to attach it to your vertebrae. Guess how many vertebrae you have? 33 at birth. You can't make this shit up. And to top it all off, what have they been pushing on us over the last year or mentioning frequently? mRNA. And guess what? Did you know RNA can be used to influence brain chemistry? Sounds like mind control to me. And if you didn't know, at least Ace knows. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
And so that's what the mRNA, it's not really it's an operating system that takes over the machinery of the cells of your body so that your body starts to produce the same viral proteins that made you sick in the first place. So by the time that you get your fourth, you see the giving out now causes the body to produce the S protein, the spike protein. So that's why people test positive for HIV. The second shot, that's going to give you the M protein. And then the third shot is the N protein. And then I think there's another one, there's a P protein. And so by the time you get your fourth shot, you see, your body will be making all four proteins that make up the 19 virus. So you will literally become a viral making factory. Now, if you think about that, if every cell in your body is a disease producing cell, that would be the epitome of autoimmunity, autoimmune diseases, where your immune system would literally be attacking every single cell in your body. So if you could just imagine, and so that's what the mRNA, it's not really it's an operating system that takes over the machinery of the cells of your body so that your body starts to produce the same viral proteins that made you sick in the first place. The horror that would produce. Well, you don't have to imagine it. Just look at your zombie movies.
Oh my God.
And then if you think that's science fiction, you think that's way out. Now he's going way out. No, okay. Go to your computer right now to the CDC website and type in zombie. You think I'm making it up. You think I'm crazy. Then you explain to me why the CDC has an emergency program for the coming zombie apocalypse. And they have a whole program of what they're going to do to handle the millions of zombies that are going to suddenly descend on America. Well, where are you going to get all these zombies from? Hey, it's called the mRNA. That's not really a vaccine. What is it? It's a weapon of mass destruction for population control. It's going to drive you mad. So the Bible says, fear not the one who can kill the body. Fear the one who can kill the soul. So that's what you're dealing with here.
Sound concerning. We looked. After the second dose, at least 80% of participants experienced a systemic side effect. So Are these safe?
Well, the FDA, not being pressured, will look hard at that. The FDA is the gold standard of regulators, and their current guidance on this, if they stick with that, is very, very appropriate.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You are the problem. It is the unvaccinated who are the problem.
The truth. Maybe they should be shamed. But
It's time to start blaming the folks, not the regular folks.
We can't trust the
vaccinated, a group that includes children and people acting like children.
When are we going to stop putting up with the idiots in this country and just say, it's mandatory to get back?
you can't shame them. You can't call them stupid. You can't call them silly. Yes, they are.
Those who are not will end up paying the price.
The unvaccinated should be taxed. They should pay more for health care.
We need to start looking at the choice to remain the same as we look at driving while intoxicated.
Really, the only people dying are the and for those of you spreading misinformation, shame on you.
We've got to shun folks. We've got to shun people into getting.
To shun those that refuse to get.
The people have put us in the position that we're in now, and it is not a good place. You got to start telling people, if you don't get, you can't come into this office or this place of business. If you don't get, you can't come to work.
I told y'all, I fucking told y'all.
Dr. Fauci, you admitted in your own diary that COVID was nothing more than a flu. Do you regret shutting the world down? Are you ever going to admit that you killed millions of people through your poison shots? When are you going to take responsibility for your mishandling of COVID? When are you going to take responsibility for your mishandling of COVID, Doctor?
All of this shit was bullshit. July 29, 2026, the unvaccinated were right about everything. I told you all the motherfuckers were corrupt. I told y'all that they just wanted to fucking get us sick and literally exterminate us. And now the news is coming out saying that that's literally what it was. This motherfucker Fauci, he invoked his Fifth Amendment 111 times. If he really gave a fuck about the people, you think somebody who cares about the people is going to invoke the Fifth Amendment right when they're talking about? Fuck no. So shout out to everybody who didn't get it, because you survived the greatest psychological fear campaign in human history. People literally made the dumbest decision by getting it. But like I said, shout out to everybody who didn't get it. And I just want to say fuck you to Fauci and fuck Bill Gates. They need to be publicly tried. The whole world needs to see them front face of the planet get exterminated. Seriously, like they literally destroyed humanity. Like they gave y'all shit that they admitted was fake. Now the real question is why? Why did they want to do that? Why did they want to vaccinate the planet? Ask yourself that question.
My mom died from COVID. I was somebody who didn't get any jabs. Been different in how I see the world since I was 12 years old and read Behold the Pale Horse. And me and my mom, we was at war most of my life because I just was such a black sheep and such a radical. How I got to this point in my life was very different than what she expected, a devout Christian woman. You know, she thought I was going to be some star minister, and I was on a trajectory for that for a long time. Life and God took me a different direction, and for a long time, she just didn't see the validity, how I chose to live and how I chose to move. And that time during COVID, all of that really came to a head. I was studying and researching as always, trying to do my best to make an informed decision and trying to give her the information which she just didn't want to hear. She was mad every time I would take a flight, I would travel. Mind you, COVID and quarantine was when I built my business for real. That was the best time of my life, and I'm still living off the dividends of me taking those leaps of faith. She thought I was being reckless. She thought I was going against God, and she got every jab she possibly could get. She developed cancer. Told her, all the effects of chemo and what a healthy diet and herbs and supplements could do, but this just wasn't the life cycle for her to learn those lessons. And I accepted that. I watched her slowly disintegrate. A few months before she went home, texted me and she apologized to me. How hard she had been on me and how I see the world and how I chose to live my life, and she was able to recognize. Even though it wasn't the Christian path, I was still serving God my way. COVID was a time where generational philosophy really came to a head, and our predecessors, our fathers, our mothers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers weren't in the dispensation to get some of these tools and this information to make the decisions and live as free as we have. I know a lot of y'all feel vindicated, and rightfully so, but I feel like this is a teachable moment and an opportunity going forward for us to be more receptive of the wisdom of our previous generations being able to listen to some of what we got to say as well. If we can incorporate both sides of our information and experience, we ain't gonna be able to be tricked out of our spot, because one of the greatest tricks they done pulled is getting us to beef with each other based on old versus young.
Did I miss something? I'm starting to see like posts about people who got the jab. Me. And it's very triggering. What is going on? What's happening? It's weird. Why is the topic? I'm uncomfortable. Just a little bit. I wasn't one of the ones who's like, oh, you need to get, and if you don't do it, yeah. I don't care if you do or not. I don't care. I just did it because I thought I was doing the right thing. I was kind of scared because people were like dying. I also thought that it was going to become mandatory anyway. So I was like, let me just do it now and get it out the way, you know, but I wasn't one of the people who was like, oh, you must get it. No.
Once upon a time, I was able to walk without having to think about it first. That's not quite the case for me anymore, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, for sure. Movement is medicine. If I don't use my muscles, I lose them. So just simply standing or walking is good for me. I cannot lose the ability to do either or. I can't. I almost did though earlier this year, but I'm back. I'm running my own race at my own pace. I cannot wait until I'm able to walk unassisted, and I cannot wait until I'm a lot more stable than I am today. Later on, I'll thank the me today for not giving up.
Stop. So this is me about to get in the shower. Thank you to whoever got me the shower handle, because before I will hold on to the wall like this for dear life, but this is very, very secure and very strong, so it's a really big help. I'm gonna also hold on to the shower curtain liner, and then if you look down here at my shower, it's like a little step. And unfortunately, I can't lift my foot up enough to get in there on my own. So my daughter's gonna lift my foot in there and help me get all the way in the shower. So I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like.
It's imperative to lift my leg to the side and not straight up.
Ready? And go. Hold on, stop. When you do it, kind of go forward. Okay? Ready? And go. Hold on a minute. Okay. And now, I'm in the shower.
Guys, check this out.
But I don't understand this. So in other words, they knew that there would be harm done to Americans as a result of the COVID shots, but they went ahead with it anyway, and then they hid what they knew?
Yeah, again, they were warned by their data mining analysts, their experts, that the algorithm they used to analyze VAERS, and again, VAERS was deluged with tens of thousands of reports. They'd never seen anything like it. The contractor had to hire 290 people just to handle the incoming adverse event reports. So they knew that their algorithm that analyzed it was going to hide safety signals. 26 days later, they had a new algorithm that showed that there were 49 cases of extreme masking using the old system and 25 safety signals covering things like sudden cardiac death, pulmonary infarction, Bell's palsy, different types of strokes. For 3 successive months, they kept getting more data analysis showing more sudden death and more adverse events. They completely ignored it. They clung to the old algorithm that they knew would hide the safety signals so they could lie to the American people saying, well, we're not seeing safety signals. They did see them, but they lied about seeing them, and they stuck to that algorithm, clinging to the fact that, well, we're just not seeing anything. It's a massive scandal. Anybody who took the shot without the fully informed information, fully informed consent, ought to be pretty PO'd at those players. We're going to expose who those people were. They should be held accountable.
We're going to have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get lady, you're going to get vaccinated. Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get back. And it's been proven that when you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit and they get.
Thank you. Are all objections to COVID ideological bullshit, Dr. Fauci?
No, they're not, and that's not what I was referring to.
Well, that's exactly what you meant when you said making it hard for people to live without getting a vaccination. You affected people's ability to work, travel, be educated, to actually flourish in American society, to self-determine, as we're all given God-given rights. Shame on you.
Did you hear that? When you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit and get. We all know by now that the vaccine caused so much harm, and that people like Anthony Fauci are lying pieces of shit. And it was never about our health. And so many people felt forced to get this stupid vaccine when they didn't even want it. And now there's so many people who deeply regret taking it.
Give yourself a round of applause. If you did not fall under the pressure of the world to take that shot, okay? You are the ones that's gonna avoid the mark of the beast, because you will rely on God rather than what man say. Because everybody who took that shot, it said a lot about you right here. It said a lot about you right here. Yeah. You took that dumbass shot. And for everybody who defended that COVID, it says a lot about you all around. Because for you to be the odd one out at that time meant you were crazy, meant you were stupid. So shout out to you who did not take that shot, okay? You're the real one. You're the one that's going to make sure this world survives. You're the one that's going to stand up to tyranny. Yes. And I'm proud to be one of those people that did not take that shot. I didn't care what Jobs had to say. I didn't care what the world had to say. I lived like God controlled my life. Yeah.